If you're moving to Germany or just interested in how much the cost of living is in Germany or how much you need to earn to be able to have an adequate lifestyle in Germany, then this video is perfect for you. So by the end of this video, you will have a good understanding about the costs that you need to have in order to run a nice life, and also how much you should expect to be able to be earning so that you can enjoy holidays and free time, etc. So without any further ado, let's get started. Hello and welcome to this video. My name's David Thorne and you are watching David's Videos. Now, if you haven't checked out my channel previously, I will leave a link in the video description below. My channel covers a whole bunch of different things, primarily programming and how to make websites, etc. But I do also have videos about Borussia Dortmund and how to create a YouTube channel. And in the last weeks, I've been doing videos about living in Germany. So if you are interested in the different types of videos I have, then check out my channel. Otherwise, just enjoy and watch this video. If you do like this video, then think about giving it a thumbs up. And if you do have any questions or feedback about what's said in this video, then please feel free to write it in the comments section down below. Otherwise, let's get moving on with the cost of living in Germany. The cost of living in Germany does vary depending upon about where you live. If you live in the northwest of Germany where I live, then that cost of living is completely different to that of living in the south of Germany, for example, near Munich. There, the cost of living is a lot higher, but the salaries tend to be higher as well. If you do live in, say, the northwest of Germany and then have to travel to the south of Germany, you are going to find it more expensive. Now, on the other hand, if you do go from the northwest of Germany over to, say, like the eastern parts, it can be the complete opposite, that your money goes a lot further. So the money that I am talking about is based upon northwest Germany. Anyway, enough talking, let's get into the basics and the figures that you came here to find out, shall we? Now, I believe if you can work out how much you pay for the rent of your flat, you can then work out how much money you have left over for the other utilities, gas, electric, heating. Once you've paid them, you've then got any travel costs to go to and from work. We then have food. If you're a person who wants a high standard of living, you want to have fresh food every day, or you have specific dietary requirements, then that is something else. We all know that cooking for yourself can be more expensive, but if you can cook well and you can prepare your food for a couple of days, then it should work itself out also. What we're going from now is a single person living in Germany in a basic apartment that doesn't have a car, that can travel to and from work within inside of their local area, say like 5, 6, 7 kilometers, using public transport or bicycle. So this should give us a good basis for you to work on. So without any further ado, let's get into the small details. Now, I'm guessing at one point you want to eat out. Now, I live in Dortmund, which provides hundreds, probably 1,000 different places that you can eat. This ranges from spending like €3 on something up to, say, €30. That's 30. It's how we count to 30 here. Or €30. If you want to eat out, a budget of simply €10 to have a drink and something to eat is perfect. If you want to eat in restaurants, for example, and have just a main meal and a drink, then a budget of between 15 to €20 will be more than adequate. Most meals cost between 7 and say €11 for a good plate of food. This, once again, is all dependent upon where you are. If you are closer to where lots of students live, the price of food will reduce. If you want to have the typical German food in the typical German area, then expect to pay a little bit more. If you are willing to walk into other streets and eat other different cuisines in big cities, then the price of the food is going to be a lot less. €10 will be adequate to be able to have some food and a drink. So I pay €300 per month for my flat, and that is including all of the costs of the building, the street tax, and any other taxes or costs that you have to pay for that one house. It is a privately owned house and I rent it directly from the family who owns the house. The flat is very basic, but when I did move to Dortmund, I didn't have a lot of money and I needed a place that was small so I could reduce my costs completely and know that I could always afford my flat. Now the water is included inside of the 300 euros in the Nebenkosten, which is calculated with all of the cost of my rents. So the gas and the electric, this can fluctuate based upon how much you use. I pay at the moment around 40 euros for gas and 40 euros for electric. This is really based upon the fact that I've tried to reduce all of the things down to be as energy saving as possible. Obviously you have to invest your money into having these products. I also have my light bulbs that do go on and off at specific times. So if I do forget to turn them off, they will go off automatically. I am a very energy saving person. That is why my gas and my water are so cheap. The heating I turn on, but I'm a type of person who wears a jacket or a jumper and something warm in my flat in the winter. So I don't use a super amount of gas for the heating, although I do have the heating turned on as of like September to make sure that the flat and the walls are nice and warm for the cold days. Around about 100 euros per month are the costs of my flat. So there we're now up to like 410 euros, including my parking for my car. In my flat, I have Telecom DSL and I have 50,000 at the moment. I could have a lot more, but because I don't need more than 50,000, I keep it at that one contract. I pay currently 40 euros per month for my telephone and internet. It's flat rate, so it means that there's no limit to the amount of download or upload that I have. So there we're talking about 40 euros a month for internet. I moved to where I live because it gives me the freedom of not having to use a car. Where I live, I do have in walking distance an S-Bahn, an U-Bahn, and also bus. Now, if I wanted to have a ticket per month for this, you would expect to pay between 80 to 100 euros if you wanted to be able to travel around the local area as well. Now, if you're not going to be traveling outside of your city, there are other tickets that you can buy and they are a little bit cheaper. In my opinion, you want to think about having a ticket that allows you to travel to the cities around your area. It can be that you have to travel there for work. It's the sake of 10, 15, 20 euros for a changing of your ticket. So travel costs in your local area, you're talking between 50 and 100 euros per month. So around about 3 euros per day. But this is going to be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week that you're going to be travel, and you won't have to buy individual tickets. And also at a night time and on the weekend, you can travel with someone else if you do have a friend for free as well. So there's another thing. After traveling backwards and forwards from work and having a place to sleep and have internet, we now need to talk about food. As I mentioned, if you do have special dietary requirements, then this video is not going to be kind of accurate for you. But if you're talking about going and buying fresh food, then I would say that a €6 budget per day is adequate. That €6 is naturally not going to be enough if you want to buy a bottle of Coke and you want to buy a Twix and a packet of crisps and then buy a sandwich at lunchtime and then in the evening go and do other things. There you're going to need a lot more money. But if we're just talking about the basics of having a breakfast, lunch and dinner and something to drink, then €6 would be fine. If you look at that per week rather than doing it per day, you've got say 42 to 50 euros per week that you can use on shopping. €200 per month in Germany. If you cook for yourself and you cook food at home and you take sandwiches or salad or something to work and you eat breakfast at the morning at home, it's more than adequate for you. If anything, it can be that it's too excessive actually. So that's food. Like I said, if you do have any comments about that budget, you think it is way too much or way too little, now comment down below and tell me what your daily budget is, because I'm interested. Okay, it's more than likely that you want to go out at a night time, maybe go to the cinema. Going to the cinema in Germany is relatively expensive. It all depends upon which day you go to the cinema. Now, here in Dortmund, in Sinstar, you go on a Sunday, the prices can be different. And also, if you go on a Tuesday, they are cheaper. It's cheaper in Dortmund to go on Tuesday to the cinema. Now, don't expect to get any like blockbusters, the top premieres on a Tuesday that you can go to, but there will be films that have been in the cinema for say like 3-4 weeks that you can view at a cheaper price. You're talking about at least 10 to 12 euros for a cinema ticket. You're then talking about at least another 10 euros for drinks and stuff. So a 25 euro budget is required to go to the cinema if you want drinks, 3D and the cinema ticket on an irregular day. If you haven't got a train ticket or a bus ticket, then you're going to need to travel there and also pay for parking. Now, if you are living in a big city and you've already got your ticket and you go with your friend, it's after 7 o'clock, then you can travel with that person for free because of your train ticket for that one city for the local transport. So that's a benefit, which means you can travel to and from the cinema for free, which is awesome. And you won't need to pay for parking. You might get a little bit wet, but it's fine. Make sure you do the old 2020 stuff. A big part of life is buying all your clothing, your clothes that you need to wear, your shoes, jackets and stuff for living in Germany. Now, if you come from a country where it's always sunny and always hot and you don't need any rain jackets and cold weather stuff, then this is something you're going to have to think about buying when you come to Germany because you're going to need it. Now, in big cities like Dortmund, Essen, Cologne, Düsseldorf, they all have lots of shops where you can buy clothes at an affordable price. A good quality t-shirt in Germany from, say, New Yorker or H&M, other companies like that, you can buy t-shirts between 5 and 8 euros, and these t-shirts are perfectly fine. And I have other t-shirts I've bought for 5 euros where I've worn them week after week after week, obviously washing them every time I've worn them, and they are still super fine. At one point, you've got to throw them away because they have a hole in it or something. But if you have a small budget, then and you can buy like a t-shirt every single month, then 5 euros for a t-shirt every single month will do you fine. Now, you've got C&A and you've got other cheap shops where you can buy quality jeans. There you can be looking between say like 10 and 30 euros for a pair of jeans that will last you a long time. So if you are on a budget in Germany, I will tell you go to C&A if you want to have quality jeans at a low price. Now, shoes in Germany, you can buy super cheap. These shoes are going to fall apart in next to no time. Deichmann, they offer quality shoes from all of the top brands and they are lower price. Now, if you can't afford the top brands like Adidas, Nike, Reebok, Air Jordans, or whatever they are, then they do also have their own brands, which are a lot cheaper that you can buy. So buying a pair of shoes that are comfortable for you to wear for walking around, you're talking about a budget between say like 10 and 20 euros. These are for shoes that you can rely upon will be okay. Now, if you want to buy some shoes for say like office, 10 and 30 euros is also a budget that you can look at for affordable shoes. So if you can budget say 20 to 50 euros per month for buying any clothes or replacing any clothes that you need, then that's perfectly fine as well. So let's move on to the next part. In the summer or during the year, if you decide you want to go swimming, swimming is a super option in Germany, especially if you are in a big city. Most small towns also have swimming pools that you can go to. Some have outside places that you can go to all year round. Mostly they're closed in non-swimming pool seasons. So you'd have to find one inside. Swimming pools that offer like wave machines, saunas and jacuzzis and all sorts of stuff are more expensive. Swimming in Germany, based upon where you go, goes from either being really cheap to really expensive. It's all down to how long you go swimming for and what you call swimming. If you want to go to a swimming pool where you can swim up and down, up and down, up and down, then my advice would be to join a swimming club. Now, I haven't joined a swimming club before in Germany, so I don't know about that, but I know that my family members, they do swimming clubs, and it is a big alternative because you are a regular person at that swimming pool and you buy a membership rather than just go once every now and again. So if you do like swimming on a regular basis, look at finding a swimming center, a leisure center that provides you with a pool where you can do, say, 25, 50 meter lengths at a time for training. If you go to a swimming pool just to relax and be lazy and stuff, then I'm guessing that you're not going to be doing this every second day. If you are, a membership of the swimming pool is going to be for you. Here, once again, if you're going to the swimming pool for leisure and for fun and possibly use the saunas and so on, you are looking between at least €6 and €15 per person, depending upon what time of day you go there, with who you go and how long you decide to stay and what facilities you use there. If you go to a swimming pool leisure centre where there is just a swimming pool where you can go up and down and you're not permitted to access any of the other rides or any other parts of it, it can be cheaper. But swimming generally in big leisure centres is not cheap. Now, there are other Freibäds, which is swimming pools outside. And they tend to be cheaper because lots of people go there. There you can have entrance for the whole day for around €3-4 per person. It can be a little bit more expensive, but depending upon which city you are in, the costs will vary. But like €5 is a good marker to think about if you want to go to a Freibad. If you want to just go in the water, you also have canals and specific seas, which you can, not like the Mediterranean or something, just like an area of water where you can go and visit, and there might be some sand that you can then walk into the water. I love going to the canal in Dortmund. It's not the cleanest, but it's by far not the dirtiest. Okay, so now that we've worked out all of the things that you want to do and how much does it cost and how much is your flat cost and train ticket, bus ticket, going to cinema, eating out with people if you want to do it. Now it's down to the most important thing. How much money can you expect to earn if you are going to be on minimum wage in Germany? So we're talking about you have a full visa where you can work full time for minimum wage. Minimum wage at this point in time is around about €9. It can be that it has changed. You were talking about working 40 hours per week, 4 weeks per month. So around about 160 hours per month. Times that by 9 and you've got around about €1,500. Right? I said roundabout because it's a better number. With that €1,500, you've got all of your taxes that you do have to pay. But you do have a minimum amount of money that you are entitled to, around about €900. It means that only the other, say, €600 is permitted to be taxed. A €900 budget for living is not a lot, but if you're careful, you can do it. Whilst I was learning to become a software developer, I lived this life and I learned how to buy food cheap, to extend food over days and weeks, freeze food, go without buying things, drinking water, all of these things. So you can do it. I never talk about things on videos that I couldn't do myself. Anything after your €900, it is yours to do what you want with. I would say that it's worthwhile saving it, but this is not about whether or not you should save or how you should spend your money. It's talking about the type of living that you can expect to have if you are on minimum wage. So if you earn any more than that, then you can save any more, but your taxes will go up. Remember that. And the cost of living tends to go up as well. The more you earn, the more you want. So there we go. We're talking about how much can you expect to earn on a minimum wage. It's going to be more than €900 and you're going to have at least €900 of that money. And you should be able to have some form of savings as well. So now that you understand what the costs of living are, it gives you a good understanding about what things you should expect and what type of flats and lifestyle you should be looking for. And if you're going to earn minimum wage, you know that this is realistic Germany doesn't just make minimum wage for no reason. It makes it because it knows that people can live that way. And if they require support, they have support. Because it has been worked out by the government that the minimum wage is enough to live an adequate lifestyle. You're not going to be able to live a rock star lifestyle, but it's adequate. With that said, I hope that you liked the information that I told you in this video. If you did, then think about giving it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, then a thumbs down. If you do have any questions or feedback or comments about the stuff that I mentioned already in this video, then please feel free to put it in the comment section below. Maybe other people would benefit from what you've got to say. If you do like this video and you want to see more content from me, then think about checking out my channel using the link in the description below. And obviously, if you feel that you want to see more content, think about tapping the subscribe button and then the bell icon to be notified when I release any new videos. That's it. My name's David Thorne. There'll be a video on the screen right now for you to check out from my channel. I just want to say thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. You're super special to me, and I'll hope to see you in the next video. Stay safe and goodbye.